come in the right place, and you are very fortunate to have an opportunity of being here for the next 2 years. In fact, rightly said by the director, when I entered my college in the postgraduate, the professor said, we are not here to teach you, but we are here to give a confidence. If I give a confidence today, that will be manifested into action by you. That is the role of the student. Friends, you are staying in a different world. When we were started our career, particularly me in a port sector, there were no gadgets like email, a computer, or SMS. But today, things are different, totally different. Now it has become, these things have become inevitable. In 20 years back, when a person wants to do his PhD, it is a very difficult task. Basically, a guide will be a tough man. To get an appointment with the guide itself, it will be difficult. And once you go, he will say, come tomorrow or tomorrow. After 3 days, if we go, he will mark a small change in one of the paper he has suggested. That paper has to be come to the retyped, again has to be taken, but all has gone. Today, a man sitting in front of the PC, my friend was there as a professor, he said, that day he was saying, I did my PhD sitting in front of my PC. So things have tremendously changed. And you are living in an age, such a great advancement and gadgets. And so also, India, it has become a promising world. Old famines have gone. We never heard about droughts or famines and all. Now we only heard about something good. The students of our universities, Indian universities, are more sought after people. And we feel, I am better than my parents. And I also feel my children are to be placed better than me. So this sort of a rising expectancy has created. And you are living in such a world. Not only living, you have an opportunity to be enrolled in such an excellent institution. It is going to guide, and you are going to be the topmost people in the years to come. A job for you is assured. The moment that you say you are coming from such an institution, maybe a campus selection, thereafter, it's not going to be a big problem. But in the world now, the competition is becoming tougher and tougher. There is a gap between job creators and job seekers. The mightiest people, right people can get the job. In fact, it says the job creator says, I want the perfect match. And the job seekers, with just their own qualification, they cannot attain it. So the basic thing is, wherever, any job for that matter, you have to increase your skill. And people always say skill and value added. It is not what you know, but what are you going to do with what you know. That is more important in the present world. I was reading an article some time back that says even in US, 500 jobs, the applications were 50,000 applications. And it has become, and people just applying even without knowing what is the nature of the job. I think that is not a good desire. We should have an aim, and we should choose a job which gives satisfaction to us as well as the employer. So I wish you, wherever you go, you enrich your qualification, you enrich your skill. I think that value-added knowledge will definitely help you. Sometime back, I was interacting with one of my friends who is a CEO of a multinational organizations. He said, normally in India, we used to take from other offices, industries, where they are performing well. But recently, 1 year back, I got a person interviewed, and I took him as a management trainee. And he is an MBA from one of the very reputed institutions. Within 6 years, we have so impressed about the boy, his attitude, his interaction, and his initiative really impressed upon us. We took a decision in our board. We will take only management students for such an endeavor. And now they started taking, some time back I met again, he said, I've taken 20 postgraduates, all of them are MBA. I think really MBA really matters. with a very promising career in India and international. Your qualification plus your interest, knowledge, skill, know-how really matters. I am really impressed upon the director's speech. He put what are the things required, and I was so happy the moment your director stood up, there was cheers. I think excellent two-way traffic between the director, the institute, and the inmates. I think this will be resulted in excellent results in the days to come. So I need not say about a good manager, because you know what is a manager. When I entered my MBA course maybe around 30 years back, only one thing, the principle of management, my professor said, see, you have to be like an orchestra man. The man who runs an orchestra is a one man. There are thousands of instruments are being played, but ultimately you are enjoying only one music. That is a leader. A leader is a man who synchronizes and gives the result what is required. So leadership, decision making, fairness. Fairness is very, very important for a leader. In fact, I have to say, I was in Chennai port. I have been promoted as a officer in Cochin port. You know, Cochin port, lot of industrial relations, trade unionism, everything was there. Many people dissuaded me from Chennai. You know, Chennai, a place where it's a beautiful place, maybe a little congested nowadays. People dissuaded me not to go to Cochin, but I said, no, I have to go. See, but one of my very good friends said, you be fair. Don't take sides. I think I was there about 7 years, and a very fulfilling career I had. And a farewell was given. In that farewell, one set of people garlanded me 150 garlands in one function. When I came away from Cochin, the moment I wanted to go to Cochin, I was scared. I was worried, because all around people were saying, it's going to be an industrially unrest place. Are you going? I said, I will go. But when I got transferred, I was so happy. Just for an incident, I said, 150 garlands they put me sending a farewell. I think I really felt happy. Something, I have become part of that, and we could do something to the institution I belongs. Friends, I cannot go without saying the New Mangalore port to which I belong. Things are growing. Today morning, I was seeing a paper. When I entered the port sector, a ship carrying container was 250 containers. Then, over the period of time, the biggest container ship in the trade now coming to India is around 4,500. And they are again talking about 9,000 containers. Today, I read it in a paper, a new container ship is going to come in the trade, which is having a capacity of 18,270 containers in one ship. The length is 400 meters, the width is 59 meters, and the cost is $185 million. Why these things are coming? Small is beautiful, but they said hectic competition, mega amalgamations are taking place. Unless and until there is a scale of rates, it is not possible. As a result, people are changing. Things are changing. The facilities are changing. For those changing needs, they want brilliant managers like you. Every day there is a change. It may be a shipping, it may be a port, it may be any other infrastructure matter. So you choose your career. You had excellent base. You are outstanding students in an outstanding institution, but make use of that in a very bright way. You have an excellent feature. I just want to say something about, and one more thing of a individual is, don't lose heart. Because today's failure may be a great success tomorrow. I was reading a small anecdote 3-4 days back. A man was standing in a town for a village bus. The village bus came, but it did not stop and went away. He became very sad. Within few minutes, another bus came. Oh, at least I got a bus. He got into the bus and had a sigh of relief. And then after some time, he came to know, he was saying his co-passenger sitting, see, I was so bad that I missed a bus, but now I am so fortunate. Had I gone in that bus, I have to change 3 buses to go to my destination. But now I understand this bus is straight away going to the place I want. See, some time back, what he felt so bad as a failure, it has turned to be a great success over a period of time. So, as managers, we should not let loose our heart. Friends, NMPT is a New Mangalore Port Trust, is a labor-intensive unit. Around 2,000 people are there. So naturally you'll see when I came, people, before coming itself, people used to say NMPT is a place, lot of agitations, lot of dharnas. Whenever I meet a collector of a district who had been earlier here, an SP, an IG said, NMPT? Oh, when I was a district in charge, I used to come always to the port and sit there because there were problems. We started analyzing the problems because at that point of time, 90% of the traffic were pipeline. The role of labor was very less. The laborers were engaged 10 days out of 13 days. The concept of minimum wages were there. So they were all unrest. What we did, we changed the pattern of cargo handling. So we took them permanent and we started getting more cargoes. New ships, new berths were constructed. In fact, earlier only 35,000 ton ship can come to the port. We anticipating the future, the economy's growth and the region. We constructed a berth of 14 meters. In the place of 35,000 tons, last month we handled 107,000. And how to handle, we purchased bigger cranes. It is all in anticipation. So we got, as a result, what happened? Bigger vessels started coming. As against 10 days my worker had earlier, he got almost 25 days he got job. So the idle mind has been vanished. That resource of manpower has been put into proper use. He never had a time for him to think of strike or dharnas. He was working. He was getting handsome amount of money. He was living happily with the family. I think this is, instead of giving medicine to the symptoms, we gave medicine to the disease. I think that is more important. We never much bothered about the agitations, but we bothered how to totally erase by having a more facility, involve the people in the work, so that there is no idle, there is no infighting, there is no idle mind. So they started working. As a result, for the last 5 years, I can say there is no strike. People are appreciating NMPT. You are a good job. We don't see any flags in front. We don't see any agitations. People don't come to the Deputy Commissioner office for a strike, resolving a strike. So the basic thing is, let us, as all management students, find out real cause of the problem. That is more. Maybe a fishbone theorem and all. And whatever you learned, we have to put it to practice. I see I have around 100 engineers working in the port trust. I always see you have learned. See, you are an engineer, you would have learned CBM, critical path method, you would have learned the part, but you have to put it. Once you read in the colleges, which is very essential for the workplace, you should not de-link or forget it. That is more important. What we preach should be practiced. And critical path analysis, I am doing a berth. We have to find out, there are many items are involved. Engineering is involved, electrical, mechanical, civil, where we have to find out the critical path and we should address to that. If that is not happening, things will collapse. So what you are learning here, as he rightly said, you may learn a lot of things. You may have an excellent in-house training. This all will help you in your future career. So I said about labor. And again I have to say, 2 incidences. NMPT New Mangalore port was handling the maximum LPG in the country. We handle about 2 million tons of LPG in the country, which if I convert it into domestic gas cylinders, it is 1.5 crore. So not only to Mangalore, it goes to Karnataka, entire Karnataka, Kerala, Andhra, Tamil Nadu places. There was only one berth for handling LPG. And I was getting lot of pressure from the importing companies like HPCL, Total Gas and all. Sir, vessels are coming, but you have only one berth. And you know, a gas carrier which is coming from outside, per day, the chartering party will be not less than 50 lakhs, around 10 to 50 lakhs, size of the ship. So we are losing our foreign exchange because you don't have a facility. So I cannot make a facility overnight. But we thought the one berth which was constructed some time back was underutilized. Normally it should be around 70% utilization, but that was only 25%. I had consultants, I called people, discussed, and I asked them, is it a possibility of converting this berth into LPG? We did a study. It's all very fast. within 2 months I got a study done. And we permitted the LPG importers to be handled in the second berth. Friends, you may not believe, from 1 million, it became 2 million. And apart from that, we reduced the cost in handling from 250 tons, 50 rupees per ton to 134 rupees, because it is for our own distribution, domestic consumption. I think we applied, it would not have come to us practically, coolly, without any emotion. We sat together and thought how to go about this issue. Ultimately today, this is the NMPT is the port which is handling maximum LPG, and customers are extremely happy, and many customers are coming to me. We want to import LPG as well as LNG in your port. Can you help us? So as a service provider, as a government officer, I feel really happy that we have done something to the institution. So also marketing, it's really this area, Udupi, Dakshin Kannada, they are importing lot of raw cashews here. But people used to say the raw cashew from East and West America to come to Mangalore, it takes 45 days. One fine morning, one of my friends from Chennai met me and said, how the port is doing? Hi, are you handling containers? And all he was asking. Then he said, see, a lot of containers are coming to your Dakshin Kannada, but everything is going to Colombo and coming transshipment. Then it's a very casual talk. He said, if you assure minimum 150 containers in one voyage, I am prepared to put a vessel ship from East and West Africa to Mangalore. I thought, I took it as a challenge. Then I called the importers of raw cashew and had a discussion, and we deputed 2 people to East and West Africa, so that the containers, one container vessel can have 150. That man, vessel owner or ship owner also said, if you give 150, yes, I will apply. What is the advantage of it? If it straight away comes to New Mangalore in one ship, it takes 7 days. If it goes to Colombo and comes, it takes 45 days. So ultimately, everything was set right. Containers were consolidated. The importer said, sir, we could organize only 90 containers and not 150. Then I pleaded with the ship owner as a first trial, please allow with 90 containers. And the 90 containers came here. The advantage is tremendous. More containers started coming. The time from 45 days has come down to 7 days. Cost has come down. Multiple handling has come down. The quality of raw cashew, it was fresh as it was exported from there. So these are the changes. Some of the things, this is not easy. I have an excellent team. If I say one, by evening I'll get all the details. The team for a manager, team is very, very important. You have set goals, and the success of any good manager, how well we are taking a team. So that team really mattered, and now all 32 ships have come from East and South Africa to New Mangalore port. This advantage just goes to everyone. And again, coffee. See, Kodugu, which is around 130 kilometers, Coorg is away from New Mangalore port. All the containers are going to other ports, which is around 400 kilometers. I was really shocked why this coffee should go. I went number of times. People were surprised. Hey, the first time I am seeing a chairman coming to a coffee factory to marketing. But that is my role. We went just for around 15,000 tons of coffee was handled by New Mangalore port 5 years back. Last year, I have handled 144,000 tons of coffee in Mangalore port. This is all a continuous effort, planning, convincing. People doesn't know. When I went to Shimoga for a marketing meet, they say, I don't know there is a port like Mangalore at all. We organized that with VTA to conduct a training program there to know, because middlemen are buying the wheat and maize from there, and it is being exported through Kakinada, which is around 800 kilometers from Shimoga. As a man, as a government officer, my people and me can sit across, coolly live it. Whatever comes, you do. Whatever not coming, living. But that is not an endeavor. We have a responsibility to the individual, to the institution to which we belong, as well as to the nation. Now, people started sending cargo from Shimoga maize to New Mangalore port, and they are extremely happy. Coffee started coming in a big way. Today, 51% of the coffee in India is exported through Mangalore port. And everyone is win-win. Exporter is tremendously happy with less distance, less cost, less handling. I'm able to send the coffee to various places, Europe and Japan. So, and the best thing is, as rightly gave an introduction, biometric system, workers are always volatile. And port workers are more known for that. If there is a reason, there will be an agitation. But when I created an environment, a platform that they are very happy with the job, they are getting a very good salary, they're very happy. In fact, I went to the extent of conducting a training program for their family. In fact, I was thrilled. 2 psychologists of the city, I called them for a training program for the housewives of my workers. First session, they were all mum. They didn't open their mouth at all because they are new to that. And second session, some people started talking. The third session, they were thrilled. They started saying, this is the first time we have an opportunity attending a classroom, and the first time we are entering a port to see the port, and I could see how my husband is working, what is an institution he is working. And ultimately, we gave a small memento. People were thrilled. So, that good environment has been percolated to the family. In turn, that will reflect in their performance of their husbands. Now, alcoholism has come down tremendously because of the effort taken by the management. So, and again, systems. We started introducing systems. That's why I'm saying, for my worker, in no port, they were able to do it. My worker, initially I thought, people were saying, sir, your workers are not coming. Around 25% of the worker are not coming. Some other people will come. It is all card system, like an identification card. Comes and gives, attendance is marked. When I created a good atmosphere, they are rest assured with me. When I introduced the biometric system, they accepted it. No port it has been done. So, within 10 minutes, my worker comes, put his thumb impression, and his attendance is over, he has been booked. I feel extremely happy. To the industry to which we belong, we are able to